Welcome to Next Issue Comics. My name is Freddie, and I wanted to share some books that I picked up. It's been a while since I picked up any books, at least any books of note. I still buy new books from time to time, but I'm way behind. I really don't know what's happening in the comic book world. I'm on Facebook, I'm other social media spots, just seeing what's coming out. But yep, I went to a small con back October wise and picked up a stack of books. I went with a plan, okay, but that didn't work. But before we get to that, you'll see these two books here. For me, it's brings back some memories. So these books came out in 1981, September, October 1981. Now, that would put me at about 11 years old. So I was always into comics when I was really young. But when I really began to read books, it was the summer of 81. And these are the books I remember. I know I didn't buy these when they first came out. I had them somewhere. I don't know if I got them from a friend or I went to a comic shop, picked them up there, back issues. But I remember reading these in my backyard in the summer of no one. What is it? 81? No, it can't be the summer of 81. So probably the summer of 82. Okay, because these came out September, October. So it would have happened to have been the year afterwards. So the thing is, I can't remember if which book was the first one I read. So it's this cover that I remember quite a bit. But the first page on issue 150, you have Magneto standing there with his arms up. So that's what I remember. So I don't know. It's a toss up between both books. So to me, these two books bring back great memories of growing up, reading comics. This is when I truly began to read the books, and I try to get the next issue, and the next issue. So yeah, that's why you'll typically always see these in my videos. And if I'm out and about, if I happen to see one of these out there or both, I'll try to pick up both. So on to the books that I picked up. So it's a small show. It was in Florida, and I had been saving some money, and I had a goal. My goal was to find the first appearance of Juggernaut. That's a big book. I had saved for a couple months, and I had that in mind. Now, did I get it? We'll see. But I did find some other good books that I'm very happy to have gotten. So, all right. So, these are the books that I got. So, we've got Ultimate X, #1. And this is the variant. Also, we have issue 2, which is right in the back. And this is the first appearance of Wolverine's son, Jimmy Howlett. Oh, I can't remember. But it's his first appearance. It's actually this guy on the cover. This guy right here. So I found that. And for most of the prices, they're not going to be that price. Like this one, issues 1 and 2 is $15, but I got it down to a little cheaper than that. This was the, I guess, con exclusive for the comic show, Sunny Brandon Comic Fair, that was held October of last year. I don't want to say I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I do like Spider-Man, but I picked this up. It's a cool cover. If I see these, I usually pick these up as well. So we got this issue with X-Force. And was that a McFarlane cover? Looks like a McFarlane cover. Yep, it is a McFarlane cover. Okay. I also was looking for X-Men Alpha, and I found X-Men Alpha. And you'll notice something as I'm going through books. My favorite book is X-Men, but I or X-Men characters, things like that. But I do like Daredevil. I do like Moon Knight. A lot of other indie stuff. So I got back to the book. So we got X-Men Alpha, X-Men 32, X-Factor 6. This is the first appearance of Apocalypse. It's not in the best of shape. I give this maybe good, and I got it for I think I got it for $10, so I'm always happy to get that. I'm fine with the condition as it is. And I've got also again, Ultimate X #1, the regular issue. Issue 1, issue 2. So now I have 2 of those. And typically when I'm out and about, if I could find this book, I'll pick it up if it's cheap enough. And to be honest, there's so much room for these X-Men books in general to go up. We haven't seen really any of the X-Men out in the Marvel movies, so I'm sure it's going to happen. And I've got some Daredevil books. So I've got Part 5, Daredevil Man Without Fear, Lady Bullseye. I've got issue 115. Lady Bullseye, Part 4, issue 114. I got Lady Bullseye, Part 3, 113. Lady Bullseye, Part 2, 112. And Part 1. So I got Part 1. This is the regular issue, I believe. Got some issues. I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm not too crazy about conditions. I would like to read the books, but I will say recently I haven't been reading too many books because of work life, stuff like that. So I'm sure you guys would understand. But I also did find the variant of issue 111. So when I have a chance, I'll read this short series. This is another book that if I find anywhere, I'll pick it up because it's such, one, the story's amazing, and this cover is killer. So Wolverine, Old Man Logan. This is, I think, the second print variant. Second print variant of issue 66. Such a killer cover. And the story is amazing. It's one of the best stories that I've read in a really long time. I can't say if I paid the $30 for that one. I think I paid a little less. First Jubilee. Not bad shape. I would give this maybe a 9.2, something in that neighborhood. All right, Daredevil Marvel Knights number 11. I don't know if this is the second appearance, third appearance of Echo. I think that's going to be a cool character. I'm looking forward to the Echo show as well as a new Daredevil show by Marvel. And this is another book that if I find at a good price, I'll pick him up all day long. This is X-Factor 24, First Archangel. I think that's such a killer cover. And I was really happy for him to make an appearance in the X-Men Apocalypse movie. But his suit was awesome, the character was awesome, but I think he got punked at the end. So, all right. So I found another. First Jubilee. This one I'd have to. Wow. This is a near mint book. I don't see any issues with it. Um, I'll probably give this guy like 9496. This is another character which I think is gonna be amazing. New Mutants Annual 2. It's Betsy Braddock as Psylocke. So, and this is also a cool a cool cover. That pink, and the way that it's depicted, I think it's a really cool cover, man. And this is another one where if I find it at a good price, I'll pick it up. Really good price. So, as I said, my goal was to hunt for the first Juggernaut. Did I have enough money? Meh. Could I have pulled money out of my savings to buy it if I found one at a really good deal, great condition, and the price I wanted to? Yes, I think I could have. But I found this, which this character was on my radar. So, Miss Marvel 18. Mystique, first appearance of Mystique. I don't think I paid 150. It was a little less than that. This I would. Oh, I got a little crease there. I'd give this one maybe a 9. But I'm super happy. My goal is to try to get as many of the villain first appearances as I can. So, man, I was at the show for a good 4 or 5 hours. It was a small show, not too big, but I liked it because there was a lot of vendors, and a lot of good books. I took my time, and of course, I waffled on a lot of things. As I was leaving, I found another vendor. It was like an offshoot. It was like a separate room off to the side, which he had so many good books. He had the first Gambit. He had the first Moon Knight, and those are books. I already have first appearance of Gambit, but mine it is in okay condition. Now, first Moon Knight. I've always wanted him, and since the show had released, the price has gone down somewhat. But I wasn't willing to pay the price that they were asking for. I think they were asking for like 1,500 or something. It was a lot, and I couldn't do it. So, but this book here, I'm really happy to have. He's a killer character, man. You can't be a fan of Wolverine and not be a fan of this guy. First appearance of Sabretooth. Iron Fist 14. And I did pay that. He wouldn't budge on that. So, a little bug. I did pay that. So, yeah, he wouldn't budge on it. He was telling me that no matter what condition he puts out in Iron Fist 14, it sells immediately. And of course, he says that, and it gets my mind going. And I did save the money. But I think overall I spent a little more than I wanted to spend overall. But I got this. And I am super, super happy to have this book. I'd say I'd give this maybe a 6.5, maybe 7 max. It looks like the cover's a little bit faded. Yeah. But yeah, I am super, super happy to have these 2 books. I mean, I'm really happy to have that one. I'm really happy to have this one. I'm so happy. My goal is to try to get the first Juggernaut at a fair price. Now, there's a couple of heavy hitters too that I don't own. I would love to have, of course. I would like to have X-Men #1, but that was kind of ridiculous. I'd have to save for a whole year for me to get that. Then, of course, you've got your giant size X-Men #1, another heavy hitter book, which I had the opportunity to buy a few years ago at a really good price. And even one of my buddies that went with me, he placed a bet, and he would have paid for the book, but I didn't want to go through the bet. I chickened out. So, but yeah, I'm really happy with this book. Really happy with this book. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say. And of course, I had on my list, my hit list is of course, Hulk 181, first appearance of Wolverine, or 180, but I kind of want to get 181. Depends on who you talk to, what's his first appearance. But I had one in my hands, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was a CGC graded 7.0. The guy was asking for 700. And it's funny, I always save my money. Every year I'd save my money. I go to MegaCon, and this one vendor had it. I had the money in my pocket, but I waffled. You know, I hem and hawed the whole time, and I couldn't, in my mind, I couldn't picture myself spending $700 on a comic book. But now I'm kicking myself, and that same book, what is it, $3,000 book now? I don't know, but it's ridiculous. Those are the big books I'm looking for. I have issue 94. It's not in the best of shape, but I'm really happy with it. I got some other like minor keys, but this is like one of my bigger keys in my collection. Not that I have a killer collection by any means, but I'm really happy to have this one here, man. Okay, well, if you guys have any questions, if you have any comments, let me know. You know, I'm going to try to make some videos here and there, at least, or I should say regularly, once a week. Maybe books that I've picked up recently, or there's some books that I buy. I'll buy on eBay, but I forget that I have them, or I forget that I bought them, and then I'll come across a box of books, and I have no clue what's inside of them. So maybe there'll be like an unboxing video of those books. I guess this might be a little. Oh, look at that. I've got some books on the side here. I was gonna take some books. Thinking about some books to take to CGC, and happen to have this one here. This is a newsstand of issue 150, but there's one. I have one issue 150 that's signed by Cockrum on the first page. So, and I think I got it for a few bucks. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere in one of my boxes, but I'm gonna try to track that one down. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any statements or anything you want to say, please do so. We could chat about comics. Now, granted, I don't know a lot of the newer stuff that's coming out right now. I did pick up the new, new Moon Knight. I can't think of the name. It's a new book that came out this week. I can't think of the name. But I picked that up. I intend to read it. Well, I intend to read these books, but we'll see. I've got some books that I want to take to CGC. Yeah, I guess that's it. So take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next issue. Have a great day.